Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. A very happy Friday to all of you, and a quick shout out to my newest patron, Eric G. Thank you for the support. And real quick, a subscriber of mine who has become a friend, his name is Brad. Him and his family have this company, bewearables.co. Linked below, he's given us a code, Electrified, for 15% off for the holidays. This shirt was a gift for him. As you can see, basically they make shirts with signs from real world places and real signs around the world. So I thought this one was pretty ironic and very cool. Brad, thank you, all the best. But let's get into the news. First up, found this image of the Cyberquad for kids in the back of a Model X. So if you were wondering roughly how big it was or would it fit in your Tesla, well, there you go. As it turns out, yesterday, Elon did exercise and sell more shares pursuant to his plan from September 14th. So that brings us to about 59% complete if he does end up selling 17 million shares in total. Here we are looking at a Ford F150 forum, and as you can see, there was a training webinar hosted the other night by Ford, and we got a new timeline for the F150 Lightning ordering and deliveries. The deliveries have slipped from the original spring estimate of next year, 2022, now to September, which will be much closer to the Cybertruck production, unless of course Elon gives us a new update on the Q4 call. So January of 22, Lightning order banks open for both retail and fleet, and then in June, Lightning production will begin, and September, the first Lightning deliveries begin. So personally, I will not be surprised if this gets delayed even from these timelines, but it did really seem like the first quarter deliveries for F-150 Lightning were a bit too soon. Tesla app updates shared some code from the latest Tesla mobile release, and a lot of people are talking about this being confirmation of the Tesla network arriving, the whole rideshare service that Tesla has been talking about when it comes to robotaxis. So to keep it simple, Tesla already has a feature where you can essentially allow access to your car to other people. So you can add approved users, if you will. And this code might be telling us that that feature will be rolling out to the mobile app and given some more functionality. So you can see sharing your Tesla vehicle with others. There's now an asset for vehicle sharing and endpoints related to vehicle sharing. So in the code, you see a lot of share vehicle and different features and different actions that you can take. But remember, for now, this is just in the code. But having that car access feature that is already live can come in handy if you have family members or friends and you want them to be able to use your Tesla through their mobile app rather than having to use yours. It is a useful feature that many people are using. Elon was asked about the beta 10.6. Is it coming soon? Elon says yes. What's the ETA? It releases internally today, then rolls out to external beta in a few days if no significant issues are found. And now we'll get into some of these new Cybertruck updates. So Elon said initial production will be a 4-motor variant with independent ultra-fast response torque control of each wheel. Sawyer then piggybacks onto this saying, okay, since Elon shared it, I'm told Tesla is planning to have a quad motor and dual motor lineup, at least initially, no single motor and no tri-motor. I think a lot of us were starting to understand that that $39,000 Cybertruck, which would of course be a single motor, might not actually come to fruition, at least not in the early days, and all of this new news would confirm that to some degree. No new pricing has been given yet, but maybe, hopefully, once again on this Q4 call that Elon will be on, we'll get some more updates. And a lot of people share the question that Jim Hall had, so those of us with tri-motor reservations, or maybe all of us, will have the option to upgrade. When do you expect to announce pricing? Elon just said product roadmap update on the next earnings call. And in another response, Elon said, but yes. So it seems as though if you have a tri-motor reservation or maybe any other reservation, you will have the option to upgrade to that quad motor if you want to be one of the first deliveries. Marv asked, could it turn like a tank? Elon said it will have both front and rear wheel steer, so not just like a tank, it can drive diagonally like a crab. But here's the game. Over or under $90,000 for the quad motor Cybertruck when it is first announced? Let me know your guess below. And with this crab feature, sure, it's really cool and novel and it's getting a lot of attention because of those reasons, but can somebody share some real world use cases why this might actually be super beneficial? I haven't been much of a truck person, not much for off-roading. Not that I don't enjoy it, I just don't do it. So if somebody would like to enlighten me, I'd be very happy to hear. A quick note here, Tesla has seemingly lowered the price for the rear heated seats for the Model 3 Standard Range Plus, although it's not really the name anymore. People are still gonna call it that for some time. So basically it went from $300 US down to $200 US. Now this might be a phased rollout. Some people are not seeing it yet. Others have to refresh or restart the app to see the new lower price. But Tesla has also added a cold weather feature upgrade to activate both the heated steering wheel, if your car has that functionality, and the rear heated seats. And Drive Tesla Canada is saying the lower price is likely in response to the feature being made standard in what is now called the rear wheel drive Model 3. And here the Kilowatts on Twitter shares a video of that swipe to purchase feature with the upgrades for the in-car app. And there is indeed no PIN required. We had talked about this last week. However, there may be a workaround, especially if you're somebody that shares your car to friends or family, or if you do ride sharing. There is a toggle on-off feature under permissions, so you would seemingly be able to disable this swipe to purchase feature if you don't want your kids or friends to accidentally buy something in your car. Tesla Twitter reshared this tweet from Arash Malik, and I was going to share this image anyways. He was talking about camping in his Tesla, and he shared this image that was just awesome. So Arash, job well done. Sawyer says a source of his sent him a photo of Giga Nevada from December 1st showing a record 240 plus megapacks valued at over $322 million preparing for delivery. He says combined, these 240 plus megapacks represent 185 megawatts of power. Pranay also shared this clip of FSD, and check out how it spotted this pedestrian. I think there are definitely a fair number of humans that would struggle to catch this pedestrian and see it, especially if you're distracted or not paying attention. Especially because the pedestrian wasn't walking through a crosswalk, as far as I can tell, just in the middle of the street at night wearing dark clothes. Luckily he was holding that little white bag, so you can kind of tell, but job well done, Tesla Autopilot. Alex shared a chart, Tesla with 234% growth in November year over year, the fastest growing brand in Germany. Giga Berlin is just set to have these numbers explode. Amazing 151% growth from January to November year over year, or year to date compared to 2020, and more unit sales than Porsche. And looking at the November data, there are really only 3 companies that are significantly in the green. We have Polestar, who we talked about yesterday, Smart, and then of course Tesla. Tesla has opened its first store in Puerto Rico, so congratulations. And Tesla Latino shares 100 miles from east to west, 35 miles north to south, 1 service center for over a year, and now a store at the biggest mall in the Caribbean and most of the United States. Also, Puerto Rico has 0 sales tax on EVs, 2.7 million population. LFG. So I was able to confirm that Puerto Rico has 0 sales tax and 0 excise tax on EVs, unless of course some legislation changed that I missed, but that did seem to check out. So Tesla Latino, thank you for sharing. Here we have Tesla seeking court approval of a previous win from an arbitration case in a defamation hearing. So Tesla has asked a US court to affirm its recent victory in an arbitration with a former engineer who claimed the automaker fired and defamed her for raising concerns about defective floor mats and contracting practices. An arbitrator in a November 3rd decision rejected Christina Ballon's claims that the company falsely accused her of criminal conduct. Tesla on Thursday asked the court to confirm the arbitrator's decision, which could open the door for Ballon to challenge it. Ballon back in 2019 in a lawsuit said she was fired shortly after sending an email to Tesla exec Elon Musk claiming contracts were being awarded based on friendships regardless of price or quality. Tesla claimed she was fired for using company time to work on a personal project in illegally recorded conversations with colleagues. Tesla had previously lauded Ballon's work prior to her firing, including crediting her with perfecting a design for a battery pack. So for now, Tesla has put this to bed through arbitration, but we'll see if Christina Ballon does end up challenging it. Either way, not a major deal here. Here we have another news item that Toyota is still scrambling to figure out what it's going to do for this EV movement. In their latest decision, they're looking to partner with BYD to build an affordable car for next year. They're looking for a small and affordable electric sedan in China next year. There was no confirmation given if this would ever make it to the United States. And this vehicle is reportedly going to be powered by BYD's Blade battery cells with LFP chemistry, which we've heard about in the media. There were rumors Tesla was going to use the Blade batteries, but nothing ever came of that. This vehicle is reportedly going to be slightly bigger than a Toyota Corolla, but is supposed to sell for less than $30,000 US. The new EV is expected to be unveiled in April at the Beijing Auto Show and become the second BZ electric car from Toyota. And some new comments from Ford. They are expecting to be the second biggest seller of electric vehicles in the world within 2 years, according to Chief Operating Officer Lisa Drake, giving Tesla some respect here to some degree. The company has sold 22,000 Mach-E's this year, and retail reservations for the Lightning are nearing 200,000 units. Listen to this, about 75% of the Lightning reservations are from customers who are new to Ford. That's a pretty interesting point. She did say, we expect within the next 2 years, we would be the number 2 EV automaker, probably close to 600,000 EVs a year. Globally, Tesla this year will probably do in the neighborhood of 900,000, just to give you a frame of reference. Ford and SK Innovation have announced their partnership, spending about $11.4 billion to build battery factories in both Tennessee and Kentucky. You love to see the American-made batteries. The battery plant will come online in 2025 and 2026, so it's going to take some time to ramp. And she said, we think there's a clear ability to be number 1. So of course you would expect that at some point. And we're setting up all of our plans to do that, according to Drake. And look, I get it. If Tesla was standing still, sure, maybe there would be a clear path for Ford to become the number 1 automaker in the back half of the decade. But as some of us know, Tesla is not standing still, so I do not think this clear path exists for Ford unless something drastic changes. And from everybody's favorite Twitter personality, Mike Levine, Mustang Mach-E sales are growing, up 8.4% in November over October, and sales totaled 3,088 for November, with 24,791 vehicles delivered year to date. But I had to laugh. Check out this comment from DeBooster. Well done, my friend. Well done. But it's Friday, so let's take a quick look at Tesla stock. Now, these yellow lines are the days that Elon exercised or sold his shares. So if you're looking for a specific narrative here, does it mean Tesla's going to have a red day? The answer is no. As you see, November 8th, it was a green day for Tesla, as it was on November 16th. So not much to conclude from Elon's activity, but as we said before, this is not a big deal in the long term at all. And for the day right now, Tesla's down about 7.3% on the day, right around a very important level, $1,000. You'll see why here shortly. But with the NASDAQ down about 2.5% and most everything in the red right now, this is nothing out of the ordinary for Tesla. And now this yellow line is the beginning of November, just so we can see what's happened over the last few weeks. This red line is going to be the point of control on the volume profile over here. So that just tells us that in this time frame, most of Tesla's trading activity has been at that $1,171 range. And no surprise, it is acting as a level of resistance for Tesla stock. Now, as mentioned, you can see some support in this range right here, right around that $1,000 mark, a big mental barrier for many people. We have wicked below it back on November 15th, but if you look, we have not had a Tesla close under $1,012 since before November. Now, yes, today we might break that trend with the way things are heading at time of recording. But for short-term Tesla traders, I can guarantee you they are definitely watching the $1,000 level. And the last thing we will look at today is performance for the week. So if we go back to the open, which was around $1,100, to where we are trading at now, Tesla down about 8.33% on the week, or $91 per share. But the only thing that really matters for me, and this is not financial advice, but would I be accumulating Tesla right now for the long term? Absolutely yes. But that is all for today. Please take a second to like the video. If you did, go check out my friend Brad's clothing, linked below. Brad, thank you for the t-shirt. No sponsorship or anything here, just wanted to show some love to a friend. Hope you all have a wonderful and safe weekend, and a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.